things that you are allowed to do and not allowed to do as a tourist or a B2 temporary visitor for pleasure to the United States.
Apa saja yang boleh dan tidak boleh kamu lakukan sebagai seorang turis atau pengunjung sementara B2 untuk berwisata ke Amerika Serikat?
I'll probably do various videos about this, but in this one, let's talk about whether you can do any studying in the US without a student visa but as a tourist. Hi, I'm Soyuna Tan.
Aku mungkin akan membuat berbagai video tentang hal ini, tetapi dalam video ini mari kita bahas apakah kamu bisa belajar di Amerika Serikat bukan sebagai pengguna visa pelajar tetapi sebagai seorang turis.
Hi, I'm Soyuna Tag. I'm an attorney and one of the founders of SimVisa. We release videos about the law, including immigration. If this is of interest to you.
Hai, aku Sonya Natsak. Aku seorang pengacara dan salah satu pendiri SimVisa. Kami mengeluarkan video tentang hukum termasuk imigrasi.
And you want to know more about how the law can serve you, please subscribe. The short answer as to whether you can potentially study or take a class while you're in the US as a tourist is
jika ini menarik bagi kamu dan kamu ingin tahu lebih banyak tentang bagaimana hukum dapat membantumu, silahkan berlangganan. Jawaban singkatnya, kamu bisa belajar atau mengambil kelas saat berada di Amerika Serikat sebagai seorang turis.
As a tourist is yes, you can. But, and this is a pretty big but, that is only under very specific and limited circumstances.
Ya, kamu bisa melakukannya, tetapi ini adalah hal yang cukup besar dan hanya dapat dilakukan dalam kondisi yang spesifik dan juga terbatas.
So, let's dive into the details and discuss what study is okay for a tourist and what study would put you in violation of that tourist status.
Jadi, mari kita bahas lebih detail studi apa yang boleh dilakukan oleh seorang turis dan studi apa yang akan membuat kamu dapat melanggar status sebagai seorang turis.
Obviously, you need a student visa, so most common would be an F1 to pursue to be a full-time student at a regular school working towards a degree.
Kamu memerlukan visa pelajar, jadi yang paling umum adalah visa F1 untuk mengejar gelar. Kamu tahu, untuk menjadi pelajar penuh waktu di sekolah biasa yang bekerja untuk mendapatkan gelar.
Degree. So, we're not talking about that, but doing some study while you're here as a tourist visa. So, what qualifies as a short course of study?
Kita tidak akan berbicara tentang itu, tapi melakukan beberapa studi saat kamu berada di sini sebagai pengguna visa turis. Jadi, apa yang harus dilakukan untuk memenuhi syarat sebagai seorang yang mengikuti program studi singkat?
It cannot be for any academic credit that goes toward the completion of an academic program or degree. This, quote, applies.
Itu tidak dapat digunakan untuk kredit akademik apapun yang digunakan untuk menyelesaikan program atau gelar akademik.
Regardless of whether it is a U.S. or foreign educational institution that will grant academic credit for completion of their short course of study.
Kutipan ini berlaku tanpa memandang apakah itu lembaga pendidikan Amerika Serikat atau lembaga asing. Hal tersebut akan diberikan kredit akademik untuk menyelesaikan program studi singkat.
So what the government means there is that regardless of whether your degree is going to be awarded in the US or abroad, your study cannot have anything to do with getting credit toward.
Jadi, yang dimaksud pemerintah di sana adalah terlepas dari apakah gelar kamu akan diberikan di Amerika Serikat atau di luar negeri, studimu tidak bisa dikaitkan dengan menerima atau mendapatkan kredit.
Towards that degree. So, some examples. It is not okay if you're taking this American literature class over the summer that will give you.
Ada beberapa contohnya yang tidak sejalan jika kamu mengambil kelas sastra Amerika selama musim panas.
Give you credit towards earning your degree at your school abroad. That would not work. But something that would be okay is, and in fact this example is straight from a cable.
Yang akan memberikanmu kredit untuk mendapatkan gelar di sekolahmu di luar negeri, itu tidak akan berhasil, tetapi itu juga tidak apa-apa dan tidak menjadi masalah.
Cable from the US Department of State is doing a language program of short duration that is less than 18 hours per week.
Karena kenyataan sebenarnya adalah contoh ini dari Departemen Luar Negeri Amerika Serikat yang sedang melakukan program bahasa dengan durasi waktu yang singkat, kurang dari 18 jam per minggu.
would be okay without getting a student visa. So this qualifies as a short course of study. So another example that would be okay would be taking a
Jadi, kamu tidak membutuhkan visa pelajar dan ini termasuk dalam kategori kursus singkat. Contoh lainnya yang tidak menjadi masalah adalah
no credit art class. You know, this maybe as part of your trip to the Grand Canyon so you can maybe better paint the beautiful landscape. So something like that would.
Dengan mengambil kelas seni tanpa kredit. Kamu tahu, ini mungkin bagian dari perjalananmu ke Grand Canyon sehingga kamu bisa melukis pemandangan yang indah dengan lebih baik.
That would, be totally fine. Because the wording of short course of study can be misleading, I want to point out that actually regardless of how short.
Jadi, hal seperti itu tidak masalah karena kata-kata kursus singkat yang dapat menyesatkan. Dan aku juga ingin menjelaskan,
short or long, the course of study is, the study is not allowed if it goes towards earning a degree. In fact, the government specifically
bahwa sebenarnya tidak peduli seberapa singkat atau lamanya kursus tersebut, studi itu tidak diperbolehkan jika tujuannya untuk mendapatkan gelar.
Points out that if you're doing an online program that only requires you to travel to the US for just like really short times or programs, you still have to get the appropriate student visa for that short trip. So in line with that concept, it is not okay to attend a seminar or conference in the United States as a tourist if that is something that's required to earn a degree. Again, looking at online programs, if you have to travel to the US for examinations or for academic consultations as part of that online program, you cannot do it as a B2 tourist. You still need the appropriate student visa. The government, through the Foreign Affairs Manual, points out that that is neither incidental to a tourist visit, avocational, nor recreational. So, by the way, regarding seminars and conferences, even where there's no academic credit involved, the proper status you should be in is B1, not B2. As a B2 tourist, studying would be okay if you're coming to study in a school or program that is avocational or recreational in character, and your purpose of attendance is also recreational or avocational. So I know those are not typical words, but an example of that would be, and in fact, I believe a bunch of colleges and universities offer non-credit courses that are open for enrollment, like to the public, to the community at large. So you don't have to apply to the school to get in, and you're not taking the class towards any credit, or it's not teaching you particular vocational skills, but it's more for like community enrichment and engagement. So doing something like that is avocational or recreational, that may also be okay. Similarly, study would be okay for a B2 visitor for pleasure if you're coming to attend a summer program for high school and college-aged students that is also not for credit. These are summer programs offered by US colleges, universities, and private organizations. And the key, of course, is they're not for credit, and it's more akin to a summer camp. So according to the government, even though such programs are, quote, for academic enrichment and marketed as study and the participants attend classes, the activities do not meet the definition of full or part-time course of study. And so that be okay to do as a B2. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what studies you can pursue on a tourist visa. And if you're going in for a tourist visa interview, hopefully you can be better prepared knowing what is and is not authorized. If you found this helpful, please like the video, and for more like it, please subscribe. Also, please feel free to comment below about any topics you'd like us to cover. We're definitely checking those as we consider future videos. As always, I wish you great travels to the United States. Have a wonderful rest of your day.